So let's start. This is the city planning project. Our goal today is get through steps 1 and 2. In front of you, you should have like a packet and a graph paper. Okay. On the front page for city planning, please put your name on top, because I'm tired of you guys turning stuff in without names. So go ahead and put your name on top and put those phones away. Gabe. Okay. The first thing we're going to talk about is on that first page. In the middle section, it says line equation. On the bottom, I just want this there as a reference. Y equals mx plus b. B is your y-intercept. It is where it crosses your y-axis of your graph. M is your slope. That is your rise over run. Rise is how far you go up or down. Run is how far you go left or right. As a reminder, a positive slope goes up to the right or down to the left. Grab one of the two, or one of each paper that's on that desk right there, over here. Negative slope goes down to the right or up to the left. Okay, very important distinction. So the first thing I want you to do, go to the paper that has your graph on it. I don't care which way you hold your paper. You can either hold it up and down or left and right, doesn't matter. But I want you to go ahead and put 5 dots on your y-axis. What I mean by that, remember, the horizontal axis is x, and your vertical axis is y. So go ahead and label those first. Then I want you to put 5 dots, spread them out a bit, on your y-axis. You do not have to have the same points as me or the same points as your classmate. 5 different points, yep, somewhere on your y-axis. Okay. From there, pick one of them. I don't care which one. And we're going to go ahead and from whatever point you chose, we're going to pick another dot somewhere in one of the quadrants. What I mean by that, somewhere here, 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 or here. Go ahead and put a dot.
Just one dot?
Yep, just one dot. Might want to grab the paper that is your project.
Where's it at?
Over here. Raise your hand, Liam.
Where?
Right over there. Grabbing one of each paper. What? One of your dots, doesn't matter which one. And then putting a dot somewhere on your grid, some other place.
Like that?
You just need one dot for now. You don't have to erase the other ones. Okay, so let's say I chose that one. What I'm going to do with my dots, again, yours might be in different places. It could be positive or negative. It's up to where you chose. You are going to take your ruler and connect through them and extend through your whole graph. So again, you did need a ruler. If you didn't grab one, go get one now. And I'm going to put a 1 there so I know this is my first line. Okay, just as a recap, I labeled my X and Y axis. I put 5 dots on my Y axis spread out in different spots. I chose one of those dots to start from, and then I made another dot somewhere on my graph to connect them. Connected them with a nice straight line and labeled that with a 1 for line 1. Are we okay with that step? From here, I want you to find your slope of that line. I'm going to zoom in here so you can see mine. You do not have to write this on your graph, but use this as a reference. To get from this point to this point, I had to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, you don't have to write that. And I had to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, you do not have to write that. Okay, so my slope was 4/7. And my starting point from 0 at the middle of my graph was 1, 2, 3, 4. My starting point was up 4. So if I go back to that first paper, I can write my equation of my line. For my first line, y equals my slope times x plus or minus my starting point. If your starting point was above, that's why it's plus. If your starting point is below, then this would be a minus whatever that number is. My line went up to the right in a positive, so that's why this is a positive 4/7. If it had gone down 4, right 7, this would be a negative 4/7. Does that make sense for your first line? And again, your lines can be totally different than mine and than one another's. Questions on the first line? Did everybody get it written down? Okay. We're going to go ahead, go back to our graph. That's why I have them on separate pages. You're going to pick another one of your points. I don't care which one. I'm going to go with that top one of mine. But again, you can go with a different one. And you're going to make another dot somewhere on your graph. If you want to use the same one that you already did, that's fine. But you don't have to. I'm going to go like this. And then connect your lines. Or connect your dots, I should say. You're going to label that one with a 2. Find your slope for your next line. Mine I had to go down 2 and over 4. If possible, I would like you to reduce. So -2/4 is the same thing as -1/2. If you need help with that, just let me know.
Going backwards, my bottom number would be negative.
It doesn't matter. That's okay if your bottom number is negative. I normally just put mine
I was just
in
making
front.
sure if
Yeah.
it's negative.
As long as overall your answer is negative for that particular line, that's fine. And my starting point for mine, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. Mine started up 13. So going back to my first page, my second equation was y equals negative 1/2 x plus 13. So as a reminder, this piece here was your slope, and this was where it started on your y-axis. If your line goes like this, that's negative. So that would be a negative slope. If your line goes like this, that would be a positive.
So then what does that change?
It just changes the sign in front of your fraction.
Okay.
Okay?
So wouldn't your first one be a negative?
Mine went up to the right. My first one is a positive. It goes up to the right. My second one is a negative. It went down to the right.
I gotta put a sign up now, right?
Okay?
If I have 6/4, that simplifies to
3/2.
right?
Yep. I'll check it in 1 second. I want you to make one more. Okay? Pick one of your other dots. Go ahead. Make another line. Okay, and I want you to extend it and make sure you're extending it through your whole graph. And I'm going to label that one as my third one. Going to find my slope.
So Jen, yeah, if I'm starting on this side it's a negative? It brings down.
If your line looks like this, that's positive. If your line looks like that, it's negative. Because you're always reading your graph from left to right.
If my thing is right here, and I have to go up there, is that negative?
And if you're going up, that's positive. Up is positive. There's
So
also a
up is-
guide.
If it goes up to the right, it's positive.
Yes.
And if it goes down.
Down to the right is negative. Yep. There's also a guide right here on the board, right behind you, for slopes. Okay.